Today we'll study about the four realms of the earth. First is lithosphere. Lithosphere, that means the rock sphere which represent the solid portion of the continents having a thickness of about 100 km and an average density of 3.5. It is mostly composed of the silicate minerals. The Earth's surface largely depends on the nature mechanism and the magnitude of the endogenic forces which originate from within the Earth. It is very difficult to constitution of the Earth's interior because it is beyond the range of direct observation by men. So lithosphere basically means it is a rock sphere that represent which is a solid portion of the Earth. Okay, the solid part is known as the lithosphere, which is having a thickness of about 100 kilometers. That means it is very much thick in size, and it is mainly made up of the silicate minerals. Now we'll see the continents. There are basically 7 continents, and these are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. As you can see in the map, so these are the 7 continents exist on the earth. Now we'll see. This is the diagram representing the lithosphere. That means lithosphere has 3 parts. That is the crust, mantle, and the core. Core means the down portion is the core, and the mid portion is known as mantle, and the upper portion is known as the crust. And above that, the 3 other layers exist. That is hydrosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere. All these 3 spheres are known as ecosphere, and the topmost layer is the air one, that is known as the atmosphere. Now lithosphere is of great significance. This layer provides all the minerals including metallic minerals such as iron, copper, gold to us. Coal, natural gas, and mineral fuels provide us energy. It also provides us non-metallic minerals such as limestone and gypsum. This layer has soil on which all the plants grow. This is the above layer in which all the plants grow. This layer provides us all the minerals and also the natural gases, also the coal. And a fertile layer on the soil is essential for good agricultural output to support the human population, which this layer also provides the fertile land for us to grow our plants or crops. Okay. Now we look into the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere in physical geography describes the combined mass of water found on, under, and over the surface of a planet. So basically hydrosphere describes the mass of water, and hydro means water. Okay, so all the water present on the planet, that is oceans, lakes, streams, ice caps, snow, glaciers, etc., all these exist on hydrosphere only. Hydrosphere include the vast oceans, seas, lakes, glaciers, and polar ice sheets that cover 71% of the Earth's surface, giving it in the blue color. As you have seen in the map also, mostly the Earth is covered by the blue color that represents water, and which is in the hydrosphere. It includes saline as well as fresh water. It includes 2 types of water, that is saline also and the fresh water also. And the ocean contains 97% of the total water present on the planet. Ocean provide us with various minerals such as salt, manganese, bromine, etc. Fish and other organisms are rich source of food. Oceans and rivers provide a medium for transport of ships, boats, etc. Oceans and rivers also provide a medium for transport by ships, boat, etc. Water on the earth is constantly in motion. It keeps changing from one form to other form in a cylindrical manner, and that is called the water cycle or hydrological cycle. Water cycle is a cycle which you all have studied in your previous classes, and it represents the nature how the water recycles, or how the water just moves from one place to another, and how the cycle goes on. So, fish and other organisms exist in the hydrosphere. Now, like in the ocean, like in the oceans, all these water animals or water bodies in the these animals or these fishes or sharks or these all things are there. Now, as all have seen, the water evaporates from the water bodies such as oceans, lakes, ponds, etc. In the water cycle, also this process goes on. The water evaporates through condensation and then it falls as the rain. So this what happens in the hydrosphere part. And you can see in the picture, this is the hydrological cycle. The evaporation is there, condensation is there, like just hydrological cycle, that means the water cycle. It shows the process of the evaporation, condensation, then it turns into rain, then it evaporates the water through clouds, and then it goes on like that. Now we'll study about the atmosphere. Atmosphere surrounds the earth like an envelope of various gases. As you all know, atmosphere is just acts as an envelope which consists of various other type of gases. It is held together by the gravitational force of the earth. Though the atmosphere extends beyond 1500 kilometer above the earth, 97% of it lies within 25 kilometers from the earth's surface. It is thus the densest in the lower layers. So in the atmosphere is the topmost layer, in which inside it the biosphere exists, and the hydrosphere and the lithosphere is the outer layer. Hydrosphere, that means water, and lithosphere, that means your earth's surface, and atmosphere is the air. The composition of the atmosphere, we can see that is the nitrogen is in the atmosphere. Nitrogen is in the most of the amount, that means nitrogen is about 78% of the total volume of the air, and oxygen is 21% of the atmosphere. It is just very important for survival for us. Then the remaining 1% consists of the minute quantities of gases such as argon, carbon dioxide, and other gases. The atmosphere also contains dust particles and water vapors. The atmosphere acts like a blanket, protecting the earth from harmful rays like the UV rays. It just said that it harmful rays from the sun, especially from the ozone layer. So the earth acts as a blanket and it just protects us from that. And it just maintains the optimum temperature, which is essential for our survival. It also regulates the temperature of the earth. Now we'll see about biosphere. Biosphere is the global sum of all ecosystems. It can also be termed as the zone of life on earth, a closed system that is apart from solar and cosmic radiation and heat from the interior of the earth and largely self-regulating. The biosphere includes the parts of the atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. As you can see in the image here, the biosphere consists of all the three parts, that is biosphere, atmosphere and lithosphere and hydrosphere, in which all the living organisms exist. It contains organisms from tiny ones such as algae, fungi, to higher organisms such as human beings. So biosphere is where we live. It also contains all the organisms also like algae, fungi. Okay, so biosphere basically consists of the atmosphere and lithosphere and hydrosphere. All these four elements are very essential for our living. Now, it involves the close relationship and interdependence of all the other realms, and namely hydrosphere, atmosphere and lithosphere. As I have told you, it is very closely linked to all these three spheres, and all the requisites for life such as heat, water, air, food, habitat, etc. are found in this realm. All these things that we need, that is the food, water, air, heat, all these are just important for this. So that's why it is called the realm of life, biosphere. Okay, and biosphere is made up of biotic or living environment and abiotic or non-living environment. These two interact with each other, creating a balanced life, supporting the environment called an ecosystem. So a biosphere is where all the living beings and all the non-living beings exist. That's why it just keeps a balance between these two, and then it forms a ecosystem, which is very easy for our survival, which is very essential for us. Now we'll see the man and the environment. Impacts on man environment interaction. There will be both positive and negative impacts of man environment interaction. Now we'll discuss about the positive impacts. First is use of renewable energy resources. Next is planting trees. By planting trees we can get more oxygen, and which is also which also gives us food, medicines, all that. Now sustainable infrastructure development. Next is recycling occurs. Next is creation of the national parks, which is very essential for the living for all the other animals. Now we'll see about the negative impacts. First is deforestation. That means cutting off more and more trees will lead to deforestation. Next is water pollution, then land pollution, then the climate change. These all are the negative impacts if we just ignore our ecosystem, if we just cut trees, and if we just not take care properly of our environment. Now we'll see these negative impacts in more detail. Like first is deforestation. Deforestation, that means the clearing or removal of the forest, and the land is thereafter converted to a non-forest use. That means if you cut trees and cut some plants from area, and then you just build some buildings, and these are known as the deforestation. So in which result in the damage of habitat, biodiversity loss, the plants, the animals living there, they just suffers a great loss at that point. Now deforestation is just a contributor to the global warming. Global warming also occurs due to deforestation, and one of the major causes of the enhanced greenhouse effect. The water cycle is also affected by deforestation. Next we'll see about the water pollution. Water pollution, that means the contamination of water bodies. Like water pollutants are directly or indirectly discharged into water bodies without treatment. We just dirty the water. We just throw anything in our water in water, and then the water becomes dirty due to the industrial smoke also, like it all. So it affects the entire biosphere of plants and organisms living in these water bodies. Also it just affects all the plants and animals. So water pollution is the leading worldwide cause of deaths and diseases. Also if the water will be polluted, it will cause many diseases to the human beings as well as the animals, or all the plants will be also damaged if the water is just contaminated, and human beings will also suffer many diseases due to the insects sitting on that dirty water. Then deaths of more than 14,000 people daily is recorded here due to the water pollution. Now we'll see the land pollution. That means the degradation or destruction of earth's surface and soil. Deforestation carried out to create dry lands is one of the major concerns. Extension of cities and towns due to increasing population is leading to further exploitation of land. Land pollution is also caused by the landfill contents. We just throw our garbage here and there in the empty lands, and it just pollutes the land. It's just so we should follow the recycle rule also. We should buy biodegradable products so that it can be degraded later. We should not throw all the products in the land. We should give it for recycling. Like this we can just help in land pollution. Next is the air pollution. Air pollution is occurs when harmful substances, including harmful particulates and biological molecules, are introduced into the Earth's surface. Like human activities and natural processes both generate the air pollution. Like pollutants are classified as primary or secondary, like the smoke or heat or smoke or the pollution generated by your vehicles, and so that is the cause of air pollution. Smoke generated by the industrial areas, that is also the cause of air pollution. Due to the air pollution in 2012 caused the deaths of around 7 million people worldwide. Now the next is the climate change. Climate change is the change in the statistical distribution of weather patterns. Change lasts for an extended period of time, that is decades to millions of years. Nowadays you can see in the December month you can see it's raining, and in the half December it's just like you feel like summer. So like all these climatic changes is due to the cutting of trees, disturbance of the ecological systems. All these things occur due to the biosphere change caused by the factors such as biotic processes, variation in solar radiation received by Earth, and volcanic eruptions. Human activities have been identified as primary causes and ongoing climate change. So that's all for today. Thank you.